All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of the Lang Trading Chat Room. It is May 18th, 2023. Uh, if you're new, it's going to go something like this. I'm going to start off with the market bias, take a look at the SPY and the QQQ, determine which way we think the markets are going to head today. After that, we're going to take a look at the favorites list on the right-hand side of the screen right here. After we review that list, it will be time to start day trading. So that is what we will do. We are day trading stocks. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns about that, make sure you throw it up in the chat log. I will get right to it. Before we get started, guys, always got to make sure you guys are practicing that proper money management. This is a very challenging business. You're not going to get rich quick or earn while you learn, so you got to do it the right way. You got to practice that proper money management. If you need help doing that, you need to figure out how to build a trading plan, how to do the money management, what does money management even mean? So if you're having those questions, make sure you check out the Lang Trading Discord and the link in the description below. So yeah, with that, let's get started on the market, guys. So finally got a little bit of a bullish day here. Finally got some bullishness. Got out of that range, got over that 414 area. We are gapping down a little bit, basically a flat open on the SPY, a little bit of a gap up here on the Qs. So I am leaning towards the bullish side at the moment, guys. Definitely leaning towards the bullish side. You can see on the SPY, we do have some resistance up here. We're not in that clear void yet. We broke out of this little range of 414. Now we got some resistance in this 415 to 417 area. So we'll see if we can get a continuation move today. We do have quite a few nice long ideas on the gap list. We have some nice short ideas here as well. So it's a pretty solid gap list today, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I like a lot of these stocks on our list. I think we're definitely gonna be able to find something to trade. So let's dig into this list right here. So first up, we have MU. I mean, this is just, guys, this is a textbook gap. I don't even know. I might not even say anything. I might just have you guys look at it. I mean, look at this. Little gap, not gapping up. If it was gapping up to 70 to even 69, that would be an issue. We're gapping up right where we need to be, right at 68, right above all these pivots, right into this massive void. I mean, this thing could see 70 bucks today very easily. So MU is a top watch. Keep an eye on this one. I mean, guys, this is a textbook gap. Very good gap. A lot of these gaps today are actually pretty nice. So we're gonna have a couple gaps like that. So MU first idea. Next up, we got BBWI. So this one's gapping up. It is gapping just under this resistance right here. When I had it on my list, it was right at that area, pulling back a little bit in the pre-market. So I am going to want to see it get over this 3850 area. You see we got that flat 200 period moving averages in there. We do have a double top right here. So a little bit of resistance on the BBWI, but nonetheless, a nice gap. If it gets over that area, I do like it. Hey, how you doing, my man? I trade stocks. So this chat room, I only trade stocks. In my Discord channel, in the Lang Trading Discord, I do trade options in there. So I have like a credit spread service in there. So it's just basically credit spreads on the SPY. So like right now, I have a credit spread that I bought yesterday or sold yesterday. My bad, it's a credit spread. So I sold a credit spread. It was a 415 by 417 spread. So it was actually $1.80 credit. So it was a $20 risk for like $180 return. So very low risk, very high reward. That's a strategy that I have, like I said, in the Lang Trading Discord. If you want to join, make sure you check that out. But in this chat room, for this live stream purposes, I'm only day trading stocks. So let's get right back into this list. So BBWI, talked about that. Next up is Goose. So GOOS, Goose, Canadian Goose Holdings. What is this? Like a consumer brand. I thought this was vodka. All right. Well, nonetheless, Goose gapping up. Pretty nice gap, guys, over this little consolidation here. Should have room up to this pivot at least at like 24 bucks. So I got about $1 of range on this. Average day for this is about 80 cents. So we should have pretty easy room up to that $24 area. So keep an eye on the GOOS. All right. Next up, we got Palantir, PLTR. This one had a pretty big day yesterday. So a little bit concerning that it is a bit extended here on the daily chart, but nonetheless, it is gapping up over multiple pivots into a really nice void. This has been a pretty strong stock. Nice gap up on earnings, pretty healthy pullback. moving on up again. So I do like PLTR quite a bit. So keep an eye on that one. Really no resistance there. So you can keep an eye on that one from the start. Next up, we have boot. So first idea on the short list, guys. This is a really nice short gap. Like really, this might be one of the best gaps of the day, long or short. I mean, we're gapping from a wide range green bar, under multiple pivots, under support, underneath this moving average, void down here. Like this is a nice gap, guys. Keep an eye on this boot. Short gapping down on earnings. So I mean, it's checking off all the boxes. Keep an eye on that one. Hey, how you doing, Yusuke? You got a graduations today? Oh man, well, tell the person who's graduating congratulations. And no, I think you're right. I think it'll be a good day. We got a little bit of a bullish move off the open, or not off the open. A little bullish move yesterday. I think we get a little. I think we retest at least 416. We might even get up to that 417 and over. So we'll see how bullish we actually end up being. But next idea on the list is Cisco, so CSCO, another really nice short gap. It just needs to finish it off and get under that 45.50 area. If we get under 45.50, I mean, there's nothing holding it up. You got easy room down to 44 bucks. Does about 80 cents a day, so plenty of range there. So I do like this one. It's just going to need to get under that 45.50 area right there. So keep an eye on the Cisco short. Next up, we got Netflix. So Netflix is gapping up, not quite over resistance, man. If it was getting over that 350 area, it'd be a lot better. But it's not quite there, so we're gonna need to see it over 350 before I'm into this thing. I mean, still a nice gap. If it gets over that area, it has a real nice void. Should see at least 360. This thing does plenty of range, plenty of volume, so nice. Just needs to get over that 350 area. Next up, we got Nvidia. So too many lines on Nvidia. This is getting annoying. So Nvidia, let me get rid of like all these. There we go. Clean this thing up a little bit. I don't need all these lines. It gets too there's too many lines. You just start losing. They start losing value. All right. So Nvidia, this is like a kind of a continuation move. Not the greatest gap because it is just gapping over just one green bar, but it does have room to move higher. So keep an eye on it. It got over that $300 area, so you can keep an eye on Nvidia higher, but it is mildly extended. So just be mindful of that. It's kind of going to be a market play. If the market ends up ripping and going higher, this thing should be on the move. So watch it there. Next up, we have Amazon. So another one, kind of basically same as Nvidia. This is like third day up, so it is a little bit extended up here, but it does have a void. Should have pretty easy room to this 120 area. So keep an eye on Amazon. Another one going to be a market play a bit. If markets end up being strong, you want to keep an eye on this one. Might be a place you want to be. And the last idea on the list is T2, Take Two Interactive. Uh, so this one's actually, it looks like a wide range gap. It's only like 10%, so it's actually a really reasonable gap. It's been in a really nice uptrend here recently, just making higher highs, just grinding up. Got over that 200. Now we're gapping up over all this junk over here. So this thing has a lot of room, guys. Should have easy room to 140. Could see even more than that today. So does about $3 on average. So 140 is going to be that first target. It might be getting some more out of it. It just depends on how strong the market ends up being, kind of. So keep an eye on this T2. Like I said, very nice gap, gapping over a lot of junk there. And I had quite a few backup ideas that were worthwhile too. So I'm gonna go ahead and cover a few of these real fast. CSIQ is not one of them actually. This BB wasn't a bad idea. So BB's gapping up a little bit, mildly extended, a pretty big move up, but worth keeping an eye on. The BlackBerry into a nice void. This LAZR, another one, gapping up a little bit, does have some moving average resistance and such. This SCPL, man, this thing had to be a buyout or something, honestly. Really nice gap if it wasn't 27% and weird trading weird in the pre-market, but this DT is not a bad one, gapping up over multiple pivots, just a little bit thin in the pre-market, and then the NYCB is kind of a continuation move from yesterday, pulling in a little bit here, but overall, guys, I do like this list quite a bit. I like some of these ideas. This MU is like, whew, whew, I love it. MU's my top watch, and it's really not close, honestly, guys. I want to keep an eye on this one. Senate meeting on banking and housing. Not really. I mean, I don't think Senate and bank. What time is that at even? It doesn't even say there's any big news today. What time is that? Yeah, I don't even know if that's popping up on the news feed. So yeah, it shouldn't be much of an issue. That Senate, whatever the meeting is, shouldn't be too much of an issue there, especially for day trading purposes. We should be fine. I'm not exactly sure what time that meeting is at, but I'm sure by the time it happens, we'll already either be done with our trading or we'll already be in our trade. So shouldn't be too much of a factor. And MU's pulling in pretty good off the open. Not a big concern. Keep an eye on it. BBWI is pulling in. All four of these first long ideas are actually putting a red bar off the open. SPY and Q's looking higher. I guess Q's not so much the SPY. Q's are looking higher already. So yeah, we're already breaking over yesterday's high. So we're already making a new higher high. So good stuff there. All right, we'll see if the SPY can get going though. That's the real question. What is the SPY going to do? If we get under this little shelf, you guys see what I'm looking at on this 15-minute chart, right at 1450. If we get under there, we do have some room to drop. You can see that this big run up, 50% retracement will be right in that area of what was resistance. Could be an area of support. So we get under 414.50, we could drop a dollar to that 313.50 area. So be mindful of that. Let's see if the market can hold. BBWI is turning the corner, looking a little bit higher. Let's check some of these. Netflix looking real good. Already up to the area we need it to be. Keep an eye on Netflix. I like it a lot. I like Netflix a lot. Nvidia pulling in. Amazon's a little jiggy. And T2's pulling in here. So, guys, Netflix is probably my top watch at the moment. Netflix is my top watch at the moment. MU's doing an alright job. It's pulling in, bouncing right at support. So, not a concern there. As PLTR is moving on up, PLTR is making a move. Nothing to do with it yet, but keep an eye on this thing. Keep an eye out for a pattern on PLTR. I like the strength it's showing. I like the range, the void, the volume. Checking off all my boxes. So keep an eye on the PLTR. Keep an eye on this Netflix as well. So Netflix is a top watch. Actually, I might just replace it with, Goose is not good. So Goose pulled in pretty heavy off the open. So I'm going to go ahead and throw Netflix up on this list instead of the Goose. All right. What do we got going on here? Okay. Got some swing trades triggering too. Rumble. Let's see if Rumble can't rip. You might be able to keep an eye on the Rumble for a day trade even. If this thing gets going, you might be able to keep an eye on the Rumble for a day trade. So I'm going to throw that on my backup list there. All right. So guys, I do like MU still quite a bit. Putting in a nice big bottoming tail. Good stuff. BBWI is pretty choppy. If we could get an entry and maybe scalp out of here before it hits 38, I'll consider it. But man, there's a lot of resistance up here on BBWI. I mean, there's a lot of resistance. You're underneath double top resistance. So just be careful with the BBWI. You're going to have to really scalp that one, I think, if you try and take it. Man, my short ideas aren't looking good. I was really impressed with these two. Not only two short ideas, but both of them were nice. Both of them ripping up off the open. So not much to do on the short side. Guys, MU, high of the day. Look at it. MU. Think about MU, high of the day, low of the day, actually. 93-cent stop. Should have plenty of range for that, guys. So keep an eye on this one. I need a little bit of rest. I'm not going to get in just with one bar or high. So looks like it's not going to give us that rest, but keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on it. SPY and Qs. Qs are real strong. Qs are very strong. Straight green bars off the open. SPY is chopping around a little bit, but we are getting some bottoming tails. So it looks like buyers are stepping up right here. So we'll see if we get over that 415 area and get going. I'd really love to see SPY just get over 416 and run. That'd be fantastic. As MU's rocking and rolling still. Keep an eye on that one. BBW. BBWIs hanging out, chopping. Guys, Netflix is still one of my top ideas. I still really like this Netflix. It's got about 30% of its range left. So if we get some sort of buy setup, that would be textbook. Look at that, guys. That buy setup would be pulling back right to that 30-50 area, right at VWAP. So keep an eye out for the Netflix 1 minute buy setup. Keep an eye out for that. PLTR, kind of chopping around here. Not much to do with it. Goose is pulled in pretty good here. Guys, Nvidia is strong too. I haven't even been watching Nvidia, but Nvidia is very strong as well. Amazon still kind of chopping around, hanging out. That T2, man, T2, it already put in a $6 day. Average day is like 3. So T2 is going to be tough to trade for me, guys. T2 is going to be a little bit tough. We do have some interesting ideas, though. I'll tell you what. MU, Netflix, PLTR, Nvidia. I mean, both of these are probably not going to be traded by me. So I'm going to put Nvidia on this list. Nvidia. I think I'll throw Amazon on there as well, actually. Throw Amazon on there as well. So we're looking at nothing but longs right now. We got nothing on the list but long ideas. There goes the Amazon. You might have been able to get in there with like a 40 to 50 cent stop loss. A little bit sloppy on the breakout. Yeah, I'm not mad about missing that at all. All right. Man, we are getting some movement out of these. What are some other fat man stocks doing? Microsoft's a little weak. Facebook is going up. Apple is kind of chopping around. Here's the BB. Yeah, man, that thing's looking ugly. All right. Netflix, like I said, guys, watch for the Netflix 1 minute buy setup. I would take it over high of the day, but it's going to need a lot more correction. This is why I'm looking for some sort of correction. If it did this, it would give me a buy setup. If it did this, it would give me a breakout. But one way or another, we need a correction. This is a time correction. This one would be a price correction. But we need some sort of correction. Stocks don't just go up forever. They got to rest. Man, MU's just ripping Scottie Pippen. Same with him. We're getting a lot of bullishness today, guys. I knew the bullishness was coming. Not like this guy. I thought we'd get a little more chop before he ripped. I mean, Netflix has been straight green bars. Qs are almost all green bar. We got this one little doji red, but we're not getting any rest in these markets right now. This PLTR is putting in a little bit of a wedge pattern here. I'm probably not going to get in there early. Might wait for a high of the day. 1070 by 1050, 20 cent stop loss. That's if I do anything, that's what I'd be looking for on PLTR. High of the day by 1050. PLTR is looking good though. I'll tell you what. Keep an eye on that one. Right. And watching the MU still. It's getting to be a range concern, but also this thing does some. It doesn't have a great range ratio actually, but in the void that it's in, we can keep an eye on it for now. Keep an eye on that MU. BBWI's tough. All we need is some sort of correction on Netflix. This one is another one that's getting to be a little bit of a range concern. It's already put in a $9 day. Average day is $10. So that first buy setup is going to be a little bit aggressive with how big of a move that is. There's PLTR getting there. You could have definitely got in 1065 by 1050. 15 cent stop loss. It's not a terrible idea, but it's just not a pattern in my plan. I just found the wedge patterns were just not beneficial for me, So I'm just going to wait for a breakout or a buy setup. Follow my trading plan. All right, guys. So we're getting some movement, but I really haven't seen anything worthwhile just yet. I haven't seen too much worthwhile. It's only 10 minutes into the day too, so we got plenty of time. No need to rush. No need to force an early trade. Definitely got some strength though. Definitely looking strong here. SPY's getting up to yesterday. I guess not high. Just that little pivot right there. So yeah, if SPY gets over 416, that's definitely gonna be a bullish bias. But we're still kind of chopping around here. Man, MU, damn it, this thing's pissing me off, man. You could have definitely argued to get in here. 93-cent stop loss. It's up $1.50. Not a bad position. What could have been like a 5-minute high, but again, a little bit aggressive. A little bit aggressive. All right. Like I said, it's only 11 minutes into the day, guys. We got plenty of time. Don't rush into anything. Let the trades come to you. They always do. They always will. They always will. There's always going to be another trade. I don't know. FOMO is ignorant, man. If you think you're going to miss a trade, just remind yourself that there will literally always be another trade. Always. Don't worry about missing a trade. Just worry about following your trade plan. That's all you got to do. Yeah, big guys, and this is like one of the more bullish moves I've seen on a stock. Look at Netflix. My goodness, guys. 12 straight green bars. It's getting to be to the point where it is getting extended. It is going to be tough to trade it now. I mean, you're up, like I said, 12 bars in a row. PLTR is still interesting. Kind of peekabooed up here, but still looks like it's grinding up higher. Keep an eye on this one. Still, it doesn't have a ton of range, but the range ratio is pretty solid. So this thing does some bigger days. So keep an eye on the PLTR. Man, I don't like a whole lot else. A lot of these other ones, MU's very extended. Netflix super extended. The Amazon's up extended, not a lot, but I mean they're just up a couple days in a row now. Netflix and Nvidia both. Now we're like third day up, more extended than the mark. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be tough for me to trade Nvidia or Amazon. I'm going to need to get a really nice pattern. I'm going to need to see some really good relative strength. I don't like how much they've already moved. Like, buy setup right here is definitely not something I'm interested in on Amazon or Nvidia. I mean, Amazon looks a little bit better. It's not as extended. Amazon's a little better than Nvidia, but I'm still gonna need to put in a top tier pattern. I think PLTR is probably my top watch at the moment. I feel like probably go a little bit tighter. 20-cent stop, maybe 25 if you want to give it some room. Like I said, this thing does do some bigger days. 25, you're going to need a $60 day or 60-cent day out of this, so it's pretty doable. Pretty doable. Volume is it's doing good volume so far. One of the bigger volume days it's had for sure. So keep an eye on that PLTR. Keep an eye on that thing. We're going to be switching to the 5-minute chart here in just about half a minute. So we are going to be getting away from this 1 minute. We're going to be switching to the 5-minute here in just a couple seconds. I want you to go ahead and go for it. We got 20 seconds till that happens. I don't see myself taking any 1-minute trades. If you like PLTR, maybe you take it. But again, I just wait for a high of the day. A big topping tail on big volume is a bit of an issue. Look at the SPY pulling in pretty good right here. Retesting that support at 415. All right, here we go. Let's get rid of it. No more 1, just a 5. All right, let's roll through this list again. Now we're going to see how extended these stocks are. Looking at the 5 minute really puts it into perspective sometimes. Makes this BBWI look not as bad either. Netflix extended, PLTR extended. There it is. It's triggering that little 1 minute if you liked it. But again, not my cup of tea. Amazon's pretty extended. Nvidia's not horrible, I suppose. I don't see anything else from my. I mean, that goose really sold off. My goodness, that's impressive. I'm gonna take a quick scroll through the backup list real fast, see if we got anything that's looking all right. This LAZR is not a terrible idea, guys. You can watch that. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on LAZR. You can watch BB as well, maybe. I'll throw them both on the list because I got room. All right. All right. So, not doing a whole lot right now, guys. Just wait for something to give us a pattern. Waiting for one of these stocks to give us a pattern. We're not trying to set the world on fire and take a million trades in a day. We're just trying to get one or two that's high quality, high odds trade. That's what we're doing. We're not gambling. We're not just throwing shit at a wall and hoping it sticks. We're odds based traders. We got trading plans. We got patterns. We know the statistics and they back up what we do. So that's why we do it. This BB is a little bit tough. I don't like it a whole lot. LAZR is not bad, but it is at a little bit of resistance at this $7 area. So be mindful of that. $7, and then once it gets over 7, it only has like 725 before it's at that flat 200 and this pivot here before the gap. So not a ton of room to play with the LAZR, but maybe we can find something. I guess it does have range. Done 27 cents. Average day is 55. So it would be a pretty reasonable stop size too. Keep an eye on that LAZR. Keep an eye on the LAZR laser. Luminar Technologies actually, but laser sounds a lot cooler. All right. Man, look at MU, guys. I knew MU was gonna have a day like this. There's not much to do with it. Maybe you could have taken the 5 minute high. Maybe you could have got in the 1 minute 66 by 65. But again, a little bit aggressive for me. Maybe I'll take another look at this and might make a tweak to my plan that allows me to get into trades like this because this was a top gap, guys. Almost level 1 gap. Might as well have been a level 1 gap to where it was gapping to. That is a stellar void. So, tis what it is. Go back. This is that planning cycle of success, guys. You make your plan, you implement the plan, you measure your results, you assess the results, and you improve upon your plan, and you do it all over again. So this is the part where I'm implementing my plan. I'm assessing. I'm like, okay, well, maybe on these gaps, maybe I can be a little more aggressive. So that's where I'm going to assess. I'm going to measure some results. I'm going to go back and look at what gaps like this generally do. If generally they do what I want them to do and they rip higher and have a big move, then maybe I'll make a minor improvement to my plan. And then I'm going to start over again. I'm going to start implementing that. So next time I have a gap like this, I'm going to take that trade. And then we're going to measure those results. And it's just that continuous planning cycle of success. I talk about it all the time. So I mean, that's the best way to do anything in life, really. Whether you're building a trading plan, building a business, really any sort of thing where you're just trying to build something. You just got to start out there and just do it. Get some experience, measure your results, figure out what's working, make some improvements, and then just do some more. Just don't stop doing it. We got to get that real world experience. It's the best thing for you. That's why I don't like paper trading that much either. I think paper trading is good for one thing and one thing only, and that is getting to know your platform. Once you understand the platform and you have your chart set up the way you want, and you understand where the buy button is, where the sell button is, how to do all that good stuff, it's time to get off the paper trading. There's no reason to sit there and just take trade like fake trades that don't have any real money. It's just the emotions aren't there, the feelings aren't there. You got to get that real world experience, and you're only going to get that if you risk real money. Now, with that being said, if you're new and you're doing the paper trading, you're thinking about going to real money, make sure you're doing it with very low risk. I mean, if you're a new trader, there's a really good chance that you're not going to be profitable. Okay, so if you know there's a good chance you're not going to be profitable, why are you going to be risking a lot per trade? You don't want to be risking $100 per trade when you know there's a good chance you're probably not going to be extremely profitable. Just risk like $5 to $10 per trade. You're still going to get that real world experience. You're still going to get those real emotions, but it's just not going to be as big a loss as if you do lose. So just make sure you guys start out very small, low risk, and then as you get consistent, as you consistently are profitable, then you slowly raise your risk. You start out with $10, then you make 20R, then you raise it to $20. You make another 20R, and you raise it to 50, and so on and so forth until you're at a full 1% of your trading account, and to where you're making an actual profit that's worth something. So there's my 2 cents for the day. Hope you guys enjoyed that soapbox. Again, I really wish I had a list of names, man, so I could see how many people are watching. I just have no idea. I might have just gave a speech to 100 people. I might have gave a speech to 0 people. I don't know. Somewhere in between, I feel like is probably the accurate number. We'll see. Guys, Amazon still one of my top watches. This thing chops around a little bit more. I like it. I like it. Nvidia, same sort of thing. You're gonna need to give me some more consolidation there. Laser. I'm gonna keep an eye on this laser actually. BBWI is kind of looking like a junk ball, so we're gonna put laser up there instead. Laser, like I said, it'd be about a 20-cent stop loss. 20 cents. You're gonna need 20 cents, obviously. So not a pretty reasonable spot there. What's the volume like? It's doing good volume. So keep it on that laser, LAZR. Looking pretty decent. And MU and Netflix are just, I think they're gone, guys. I think they're just too extended at this point. MU and Netflix both have just had a monster day, so I'm gonna have some issues trying to justify that trade. PLTR, I still do like this. It's viable for a trade. I just need some consolidation. I'm not going to be getting in with 2 little bars of rest right here. I'm going to need at least one more. If this thing came back and tested VWAP, that would be even better. Because I'm probably giving it a 20-cent stop loss anyways. So keep an eye on the PLTR. Needs to give me some more consolidation though. And like I said, Amazon is. I do like Amazon more than Nvidia actually, just because it's not as extended. It's on this 15-minute chart. It kind of had a consolidation day, as opposed to Nvidia, which had a pretty decent little bullish day yesterday. So keep an eye on this Amazon, guys. Over high of the day, 17.95. It's got plenty of range left, so you could probably give it a dollar stop and be a-okay. $1.09 to that low of that bar. So yeah, keep an eye on Amazon, guys. LAZR as well. LAZR right up here. In fact, I might be getting an order in on this one. And it's going, man. Why'd you do that, LAZR? Why'd you do that? All I needed to do was like not go over 697 for another 15 seconds. Just give me this. Just let this 1-minute bar complete. Hang out. But now it's not looking nearly as good. Not looking nearly as good. You can still watch it. Maybe we get a entry. You could still do 698, still with the 20 cent stop loss. You can still watch it, but I'm gonna need now instead of getting in right here, I'm gonna need another 5 minute rest. Another 5 minutes of rest. I got strict parameters. I'm gonna stick to them. I got them for a reason. It's because they're profitable. So yeah, let's see if this thing hangs out for another 5 minutes. I probably will be getting in on that next bar, but I'm not gonna do that. It just keeps going higher. So, like I said, maybe we get something over $7. We'll see. It's not even 10 o'clock yet, though, guys. So we still have plenty of time for really all these things. Plenty of time. There's LAZR trying to get over $7. Amazon hanging out right here. Yeah, I'm still impressed that we didn't get. Amazon was so nice yesterday, and it just wasn't. It never even got over that high. Wow, and those sellers really held the line there yesterday. Wow, impressive. And LAZR is still a viable trade over 7. Now I want to see it consolidate for another couple bars. We got level 2 is not really showing a whole lot of action. All right. So my top watch right now is probably Amazon. Amazon over high of the day. Nvidia's not bad. Keep an eye on that one. I don't think any of these ideas are really worthwhile anymore. Maybe the BB, BlackBerry. You can keep an eye on it. What's the volume? It's doing decent volume. It's not doing anything special. So maybe we can watch this. Putting a little bit of 5 minute buy setup right now. 1 minute does not look very. 1 minute looks very just meh. All right, man. Yes, not a whole lot not a whole lot, guys. Markets have been they've been doing. Actually, the SPY's been choppy, guys. There's no other way to put it. SPY has been choppy this morning. I mean, look at this. We've been in a 80 cent zone, just chopping around, chopping around. So, am I surprised that we chopped around like this? Honestly, I shouldn't be. I mean, it's every morning. It's every morning for the past month and a half now. Every morning, the first 30 minutes to an hour is just an absolute utter chop fest. So maybe we get going, get over 415.50 and get a little bit of a bullish move. I feel like that's probably the most likely thing to happen. So I am looking to get into some sort of long position. It's where I want to be. This LAZR is definitely one of the top ones. Whew, bless me. Sorry about that. PLTR is another one that I'm watching still. Not a bad idea. Over high of the day. 23 cent stop loss. Keep an eye on it. Does have a range issue. This BB, there's something about it. I don't know, dude. It would be 548, like a 10 cent stop. A lot of buyers down there, but I might have to go send this, guys. I'm not gonna lie. This BB is not a bad. I mean, the buy setup is it's there, no doubt about it. Right where you need it to be, almost a textbook looking buy setup. You put it on that, it looks real nice. Would be I'd give it a 10 cent stop. I don't know. I'm gonna keep an eye on the BB. I'm gonna watch it over Netflix, honestly, because Netflix is, like I said, just very extended, very extended. That LAZR is not settling down either. Um, a few ideas, man. Nothing's really knocking my socks off, making me excited to trade. Amazon continues to pull in. We can watch Nvidia up here at high today. We give it, I don't know, 250 on the stop, probably a little more, 265. So definitely has the range to get where you need it to go. But again, a little bit extended here. You're up 4 pretty decent sized days in a row, so just be mindful of that. All right, so BB's pulling in pretty good, so not fond of that buy setup anymore. New laser. Yeah, guys, just kind of staying patient. It feels like it's been a long time. It feels like it's already like 11 o'clock, but we're barely 30 minutes into the day. Barely into the day, man. Got a lot of time. We got like 45 minutes left. Sheesh, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Let's check the swing trades. Why not? Let's check out these swing trades. CRM is kind of hanging out. Snow's having a good day. There you go, Snow. Ooh, look at that. Snow hit target already. Boom. First target hit on the Snow. Cole hanging out. Dollar Tree hanging out. Not a ton of. Ooh, look at that, too. Bam. So we got target on Microsoft and the Snow today. So that's good stuff, man. Good stuff. Man, this thing, what a dog. This thing tagged me out by nothing. Just tagged me out, shook the tree, and ripped. But you know what? It is what it is. All right, guys, there goes NVIDIA. There goes NVIDIA. I mean, honestly, this is not actually a buy setup. I was about to say you could have argued to get this buy setup, but it's like a pseudo buy setup. By definition, it is not a buy setup. So, yeah. Man, Spy's been utterly choppy, guys. So I'm really not. I'm about to say I was like, man, I feel like we should have been doing better today, but man, there's really not a whole lot that's like textbook. MU was very early and aggressive. Laser, I mean, just wasn't quite. I mean, you could have argued the laser. This is probably one of the better ideas. 17-cent stop. You're only up about 8 cents, so you got a little ways to go there. BB rolled over. PLT. I think PLTR is maybe one of the better ones. You had a couple opportunities to trade this. The 15-cent stop would have got you out for target. If you want to sneak in right there, 17-cent stop, would have got right to the penny there. So there was some opportunity on PLTR. I was a little bit hesitant. Then Amazon, I didn't see any real opportunity on it on the 1 minute. Nothing I liked. So I guess this 1 minute you could have taken. Give it a 50-cent stop, rip 72 cents. So not a bad trade there. I mean, yeah, there was definitely stuff. There was stuff, mainly on the 1 minute. So I'm always a little bit hesitant jumping into a 1 minute trade. They're always a little bit more aggressive. So I like to just stay patient in that first 15, you know? Ooh, nothing. Man, they could boot all the way back down to the low of the day. I don't know about shorting it. That'd be quite the short. You need almost a $2 stop. Average day is $3. It's already exceeded it by $1, so might be a little bit tough there. Hey, I appreciate the follow, my man. Hey, if you guys have any questions or about what I'm doing, maybe about what you're doing, if you have any trades that are open, any trades you're looking at, whatever it is, uh, type in those trade reviews in there, type in those questions. Don't hesitate, don't be shy. If you want to be a lamb, you can hit the little rocket button, boost the stream. It's always appreciated. Yeah, look at MU, with a wedge pattern. Too extended for me, but it's there. And LAZR is getting up here a little bit. You can keep an eye on it. It's not taking it off my list yet, but getting a little bit to the area where you're coming into that resistance and such. There's Amazon. I don't know. I'm just not getting the patterns I want, guys. I'm not getting these patterns that I need on any of these stocks. Amazon, Nvidia, Palantir, Laser. I really would love to get a long position. Really love to find something on the long side, but I'm just not seeing it right now. We're getting some movement, no doubt about it, but definitely could have taken that. That's not a bad spot. Maybe the fear of loss is getting me a little bit today, I suppose. Got a little bit of fear of loss. But, I mean, it's not horrible though, because like I said, there really is not any trades where it's like, wow, knock your socks off type. Still watching this PLTR. I am concerned about how much it's already up. I mean, you're up 15% in 2 days. So, and again, it's not going to give us the clean consolidation we need. All right, guys. Well, sit on hand so far. Kind of a boring morning. I was really hoping we'd get some more trades here. Like I said, I probably could have been more aggressive. I definitely could have been more aggressive. So definitely have a little bit of fear of loss we're dealing with today. There's that Amazon though. I mean, broke out, put in a big old tail. We'll see if it keeps going. Oh man, SPY's finally getting to move on. Getting a little pop, getting over that 415.50 area. Some good stuff there. All right. That was the concern on Amazon, man. Whew. This is why I like my breakouts to consolidate at high of the day. I don't trust getting in over one pivot. There's just one pivot up there. Hey, look at the LAZR, man. That thing's just been going. Another about 4 to 7 cents out of that for a full 1 hour target. Oh, man. I'm a little bit perturbed with this day. Like I said, this was a really nice gap list. Really nice gap list. Had some solid stocks here. Market was looking bullish. And I've just been sitting on my hands, not doing anything. Could have definitely been pushing the button a little bit more. Just gotta be a little bit less scared, man. Like it's the patterns. But honestly, the pattern is like the last part of my checklist. I like to see the higher time frames. I like to see the relative strength. I like to see the trend and that sort of thing. And then at the very end, you got to find an entry. So this one, like right here on LAZR, I mean, I should have just got the entry. There was an entry. It wasn't the best entry, but it was there. 20-cent stop loss. You're up about 13 cents, so just over half an hour. My stop probably would have been right at VWAP, so you would have been less than a half hour risk on that one. The BB, Nothing there actually. PLTR could have gotten this one. This one's a little bit tougher. Some of these are not as good. Maybe you get in. Well, it's a little bit late. So I'm not mad about the PLTR. Amazon, I don't feel like I missed anything. Well, I guess this initial 1 minute was another one that was not bad. 50 cent stop loss, it would have been out within like a couple minutes. So, not the greatest trade, not the greatest pattern, but everything else was there. Everything else was there. You gotta be a little bit more aggressive. And with NVIDIA on this 5 minute, yeah, it's a pseudo buy setup. It's not technically a buy setup, but damn. I mean, everything else is there. Everything else is there. Markets are ripping higher. Oh, man, I'm a little bit upset with how I've been trading today, guys. I'm not going to be rushing into anything though to make up for it. So we'll see if we can't find some sort of something. But like I said, I'm not going to be just hopping into something just because I feel like I missed it. And look at Netflix today, guys. That thing was a beast. Jeez. Straight green bars on a 5 minute. All right. What's some other stuff? Do anything going? All right. I mean, you guys got any trades today? Any open positions, open trades, day trades, swing trades, options trades, maybe? You guys trading anything right now? I currently don't have any open positions. I feel like I should have something. Like I said, had a little bit of fear of loss today, but not the end of the world. At least we didn't lose money. At least we didn't. Well, then again, I don't want to say that actually. I do not want to say that because fear of loss is just as bad as FOMO. On FOMO, that's where you rush into trades. So you rush into this trade and you actually lose the money. On fear of loss is when you don't take the trade, but you're still losing money because you should have gotten the trade, you should have made money. So even though your account is unaffected, it's not you're not negative. It's still losing money just because the opportunity cost. So fear of loss. Can I enter SPY up $1? Well, it depends whether you're going to day trade it, you're trying to swing trade it. I mean, if you're looking long, it doesn't look bad. Look at the hourly chart, looks good. Nice little pop up, consolidate. So if we get over 416, it definitely looks like it has room to run. But I'm not totally sure what your expectation is. That's what it all comes down to. What is your expectation? Do you expect to hold this for a couple months and try to get a big move out of it? Are you expecting to hold it for a couple hours, just try to get a little scout move out of it? Your expectation and your management matters a lot whenever you're considering entering a trade. Damn it, man. LAZR. This is probably the one out of all the ones I've looked at. This is probably the one I should have been in. 17 cent stop, up 18 cents. Damn. Yeah, MU's done. PLTR is done. Man, I really should have. I feel like I should have done a better job today, guys. It's still not over. I mean, we still could take a trade, but again, I'm not going to be rushed into these things. I don't want to force a trade just because I feel like I need to. If there's not something that meets all of my criteria, I'm not going to do it. Swing, could it get in, put credit spreads, and earn 10 cents. Like you're trying to do like a bull put credit spread, you could do that. Like a 0 data expiration bull put. Maybe if you buy the 416 by 415, you could probably get about 50 cent credit right now. So I mean, it's like a 1-to-1 reward to risk. Or maybe you go a little bit farther out. You go with the 417 by 416. You get, I don't know, probably about, I don't know, 6.66 R credit. I'd say maybe 0.6, 0.7. So you could do a bull put credit spread. I got my bull put credit spread in there, 417 by 415. So this thing gets over that 417 mark and closes, we're at full profit. So hopefully we see that today. That'd be fantastic. But yeah, if you're just trying to scalp it, I mean, yeah, you could. Markets are definitely looking higher. So definitely looking a little bit higher. And I don't know, guys. I don't know what else I'm trading here. LAZR is getting to that spot where it's right in the resistance. Moving average right there, got the pivot right there, so right at 725. We'll see if it gets over that. I doubt it. PLTR is getting real extended now. It's already went exceeded its range by 50%, so I don't know. Could have got that breakout, I suppose. Not the world's greatest breakout. I didn't rest a whole lot, but it ended up working for 1 hour. Damn, guys. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see anything. Like I said, if you guys got any trades, definitely throw them out there. Let me know. Send them in the in that chat log. Don't hesitate. But I don't have anything right now. Everything on my list is already up quite a bit, running into some resistance. So yeah, these first two LAZR, PLTR, tough. Really, Amazon and Nvidia are the only two that might be worthwhile, but both of these have their issues, man. Nvidia is just up so much. It's up a lot in these past 4 days. It's a big move. When you get up 4 or 5 days, you got to start expecting a little bit of a pullback. You know, guys, look at this is a spot where LAZR puts in its first red bar. You want to bet? Sorry. Like LAZR. We'll see if it hits resistance and stops. Would not surprise me at all if it did. Does that mean you can go short on it? No. No. Just because it's likely that it's going to hit resistance and pull back doesn't mean you short it. This is still one of the strongest stocks out right now, so you got to respect that. What are your criterias for entering day trades? So I have a whole trading checklist. Actually, I'm about to put that. I'm like making it look a little bit nicer. I'm about to post my entire criteria in that Lang Trading Discord, so you guys will have access to that probably by either today or tomorrow. I'm going to throw that checklist in there. So, it consists of the first thing I'm looking at is location items and multiple time frame analysis. So I'm looking at moving averages. I'm looking at pivots. I'm looking at the higher time frame trends. I'm looking at gap level, average trading range. All this stuff. Is it into a void? After those two are good, the location items and the multi-time frame analysis, after those check off, then we go down to the entry criteria. And that's where we want to have, we need to find a pattern, so breakout, buy setup, something like that. And we need the relative strength. So we need the market to be in our favor. So if we're going long, we'd like to see the market put in a long move or with a long bias, and vice versa for short. And then we're checking the volume as well. So we want to see high volume. We don't want to see a lot of widespread, not a lot of slippage. You don't want to see that. So that's next. And then after that, it's just making sure you have the correct risk size, making sure the stock is not a penny stock, making sure you have your correct order entry in place, your stop loss, your target, all that stuff. And then it just comes down to management. Once you're in the trade and you have all that set, now you just got to manage it per your plan. And I mean, that's just moving your stop up with the pivots, with the stock movement. And yeah, that's that. So entry criteria really comes down to location items, multiple time frame analysis, relative strength, patterns, and volume. Those are the main five things that I'm looking at before I'm getting into a trade. And like I said, within each of those categories, there's a list of 4 or 5 items that I like to check off. But that's basically how I go about my stuff. You can see here I got that's wrong Excel sheet. I do have a trading rule test here. I'll show you guys just briefly. So this is a trading rule test on Excel. So you go through here, location items, trend, relative strength, pattern, volume. Got your fundamentals, your mentality, and trade management. This is basically how I grade all my trades. It's either a pass-fail system. So if it's over 90%, it's a pass. If it's under 90%, it's a fail. So that's basically it. Hope that helped out, my man. A little bit of a long-winded answer, but like I said, eventually that will be in the Lang Trading Discord. So you'll be able to check out that list, all that criteria and stuff. So that is coming very soon. What's up, Casey? How you doing? I was wondering where you're at. Where's Casey, man? You sleeping a little bit? No, I'm kidding. Man, the spy is ripping. I'm really upset with myself that I'm not in a long position, guys. I had the bias. I had a great list. I just had fear of loss like none other. Oh, that's annoying. NVIDIA, Casey, let me check it out for you, brother. 302 by 294, basically. So getting in right up here. Stop loss 294. A little bit tight on the stop. I guess you have this little pivot. I guess you're a little bit tighter than that, actually. So this thing could pull back. Well, I guess you have the 300. You have a little bit of support there before it tags you out. Target at 316. Yeah, this thing could definitely just keep on grinding up. I mean, there's nothing holding it back. It's over resistance. Next area of resistance is in that like 316, 320 area. So pretty strong stock there. Definitely one of the strongest stocks out. Be mindful, it does have earnings coming up soon, so that could get a little jiggy. So, but you might even be out before that hits. You might be out before that hits. Hey, of course, Sri. Of course, my man. I want to make sure you guys fully understand what I'm trying to get across to you. Yeah, and I'll see you in the Discord, brother. Yeah, if you guys, anybody watching here, if you're not already in the Discord, make sure you sign up for that. It is free to join. Got some great free trading resources in there. So make sure you are checking that out. In case you're looking at IMVT 2150. You're getting in right over here. It would be great if this didn't trigger today. This would be much, much better if it chopped around today and give you that daily 3-bar play. That would be textbook. 1968. So you're getting a little bit of a wide stop. Solid. And target of 24. So yeah, that's a pretty. I like that actually. Don't have any resistance. Next little area, maybe a little shelf right there at 24. So yeah, that looks good. Like I said, it would look a lot better if it didn't trigger today. If it just chopped around, didn't break over the high, and just hung out right here, didn't go too much lower. That'd be ideal. Looking at ACAD as well. Ooh. 23 by 20. Getting up here, getting a little bit extended up here. Up 3 days, you definitely could have got into 22. Pretty wide stop loss at $20, so we should be good on that regard. Probably could get a little bit tighter at 21, maybe 2050 even, give it the bottoming tail there. Target is in a pretty good, well, target's up there. That's the next pivot, so you might be good, but that's going to be quite the move. You might be in this one for a little while. That wide stop and wide target. All right, God dang, dude. I really should have made at least one R today, man. I am annoyed with myself. Pretty annoyed. Just the like, I gotta respect the daily and the hourly more, guys. I mean, look at this. That is a textbook gap, right where you need it to be. Of course, it's going to exceed its range. MU, same thing. Textbook gap. Of course, it's going to exceed its range, man. You just got to find an entry on those things. Really, just got to find an entry, man. I mean, LAZR, another one. This is a nice gap. Gapping over multiple pivots. Got room to run up right up to resistance. Ready to go. Oh, right to resistance. Right to the moving average. It's like a magnet. So, I really should have done a better job trading today, guys. AVGO. Checking this out. 660, so you're getting up here. Stop at 648. It's a little bit of a tight stop on this one. Average day is 12 bucks. So you're not even giving it a full average day move on the stop. Target of 676. So you just kind of basically scalp this out. A little continuation move. Not a bad idea. Definitely in a strong trend. Should have, 276, 680. Next area of resistance. So yeah, not a bad idea. It is up like 7, 8 green bars in a row though. So there's a chance you get tagged out of this. It could very easily pull back, retest that resistance right there in the 648, 650 area. So a little bit extended, but not a horrible trade. Definitely a strong trading stock. As Amazon, still keeping an eye on Amazon. If it comes up here and doesn't break out, give this thing 93 cent stop. It still has the range in there. It is a little bit extended. Third day up. Markets are ripping Scotty Pippen. So we'll see if we continue to break out. I wonder if we get over 418 today. That's gonna be the real line in the sand, man. 418.31 is that pivot right there. This pivot is at 417.6 and not even 418. So we haven't even got over 417 yet. Man, why did I not get one of these stocks? I'm a little bit annoyed with how I traded, guys. I've told you already, I should have been more aggressive. This is a day where you come in, the market's in a giving move, you got to be taking. I wasn't. I was scared. Point blank, period. I was scared to take these trades. LAZR, nice trade. 20 cent stop loss. It went 40 cents. Went 2R. PLTR, multiple entries. Could even got in the high of the day right here. 23 cent stop. Almost went 2R. Amazon. You could have got that 1 minute, but I don't really like anything up here, honestly. Nvidia, that buy setup wasn't super bad. Could have easily got 1R. MU, could have got an R very early. Netflix wasn't there. I don't mind the Netflix, guys. Netflix was just, this thing was absolute beast mode from the jump. There's nothing to do with that. You got to have some sort of pattern. You can't just blindly buy a stock. But so yeah, Amazon, I'm not really worried about missing that. But man, all these other ones, LAZR all the way down to MU, all had potential trades that I just chickened out of them, man. Chickened out of them. Look at the market just ripping. And I'm just sitting on hands. Oh, God damn. Yeah, we're going to have to do some review today. Today is the day we're going to need to do some review. Man, I genuinely feel like I lost like 2 to 3R today. Like it feels like that. Like it feels like one of those days where you're down 2 to 3R. I didn't take any trades, but it feels like I lost some R because I did. Just that opportunity cost, man. Ooh, come on now. You know the feeling, Casey? Been there before? I think we all have. Every trader has this feeling. Damn. All right, let me check these trades. I'm probably gonna be getting off here in not too long, guys. I'll check a few more of these trades, guys. GE doesn't look too bad actually. I don't know about a trade today, but GE breaking out here. What's your entry at? 104. So you're getting in right here. Stop loss basically at $100. So you got a little bit of a support there at 101. Target to 111. Wait, is that right? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so that's pretty reasonable target too. Not super extended. This thing isn't crazy extended. It is in a very strong trend, so looking good on that front. Next up, CRM. CRM is I actually have a swing trade in CRM right now. I got in right over 206.28. So had like an $8 stop on it. Looking off to a really good start. Entry at 210. So you're getting in right up here. Stop at 205. Don't have a ton of protection. If this thing pulls back and retests that resistance, you might get tagged out of that. And target of 219. So yeah, I think the target's in a good spot. Next area of resistance is at that 220 area, so you're getting out just before that. So yeah, I think that's a good, really solid trade on the CRM. Man. I'm getting to the point where I don't even think I'm going to trade anything, just because if I do lose at this point, I'm going to really just be not happy. Just because of how many trades I could have taken. And if I go in and take a subpar trade and it tags me, and that's just a recipe for disaster, guys. Recipe for disaster. I should have been way more bullish. Should have been way more bullish today. Should have been way more aggressive. I mean, this is what we've been waiting for, guys. A break out of this range. We've been chopping around in this range. Finally broke out, and now that we did, I didn't trust it. Dang. That's what that chop will do to you, man. It'll make you not trust what you know. I did it today. See, I'll give it another 5 or 10 minutes or so, guys. But I am going to be hopping off here soon. Like I said, no need for me to sit around and watch every stock that I should have been in continue to rip higher. No need to do that to myself. I really am pretty upset, guys. God dang. Like I said, it feels like a negative 2 to 3 hour day. I know hindsight is 2020. I know all these trades look way better now that they're gone, but man, oh man, everything's going up, Casey. Everything's going up except for my account. It's just flat, level, sit on hands, timid. Oh man, it is what it is. Like I said, I'll go back. I'm gonna rewatch this video. We'll find out where we went wrong. Find out why we were such a scared little baby this morning. Anyway, somebody's had to make some money today. Somebody's had to be doing good. What was that, Sari? Did you end up buying that credit spread, making some money? I mean, someone had to make money today. Markets are ripping. Someone somewhere is profitable. Actually, my credit spread strategy is profitable. My swing trades are looking pretty profitable. So I mean, we're doing all right, but should have been doing better. Could have been doing better. Should have, would have, could have been. Should have, would have, could have. Yeah, the swing trades are actually all looking very nice. Looking at FNGU, Casey. Let's see. All right. So FNGU, you're getting in 122, stop at 115. This one's a little bit extended up here, getting in at 122. You're not giving it a whole lot of room, so this thing can very easily pull back and tag you out and go higher. So that'd be my main concern with that. But mean, you're basically already at target. You need another 75 cents to target, so looking pretty solid there. Looking pretty solid. LRC. You made some money there, Sri? Hey, good. At least someone somewhere made money. Shit. At least somewhere, somebody on this stream is making some money today. I love to see that. LRCX 570. Didn't you get in this one earlier, Casey? I feel like you traded this not like a couple days ago. You're getting in 76. That's a little bit extended. 76. Stop at 43. Yeah, this one's a little bit extended up here already. I think earlier you were getting in a little bit lower, but and that target at 636 is a little bit up. Well, I don't know. I think excuse me. I think 600 is going to definitely be an area of resistance. If you do get over that, well, then you have a little bit of resistance here at 620. So that 636 might be a little bit of a tough target to get to. You're really going to need this thing just to keep ripping up. It's already up. Oh, not there. It's up 10%. You're going to need to go another 10%. So asking a little bit much out of it. Asking a little much out of it. Man, wow. What a surprise, guys. Look at where LZR stopped at. It's as if there's like some sort of resistance up there or something. Weird. Isn't that crazy? Like, why would it stop there out of all places on the chart? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Not. I mean, that textbook. Freaking textbook, guys. Hey, caramba. What am I doing? All right, guys. Like I said, I'm not trading anything else. Like, it's pretty much set in stone at this point. Everything has exceeded its range by quite a bit, or it's just markets have exceeded their range by a lot. So if it hasn't already ripped, I don't know if it is going to rip. Yeah, looks like a sit on hands day for me, and it should have been a 2 to 3 hour day, probably. This one was pretty frustrating, not gonna lie. I did it to myself. I got nobody to blame but me. EGT 395 by 380. Getting it up here. Stop at 380. Safe stop. Target 424. A little bit of a wide target, but you are breaking out into this void, so should be the next area of resistance there. So yeah, not a bad one there. VGT. Is this Vanguard? Oh, this is an ETF. Huh. Oh, good. Yeah, so it might be traded. Look at the average range ratio; it's pretty small on this one, so you're not going to get a lot of big moves. Average day on this is going to be like 1 to 1.5%. So be mindful of that. Mindful of those things when trading EFTs and that sort of thing. Man, we're running up into that resistance. 417.62 is that little pivot right there. We went 417.53, so it's right there. It is right there. God damn it, guys. Like I said, I should have been more aggressive today. There's no doubt about it. I don't know what was holding me back on LAZR. PLTR is not, I don't hate myself for that one. LAZR is probably the one I'm harping myself the most for. And this was, the hourly chart looked amazing. The daily chart, look at that. The hourly chart's really all you need to look at, guys. Once it got over 7, it's like, you're getting to 725. You know it's happening. You're right there. You got an easy $17, $20 or 20 cent stop loss. You're out of, like, come on. Come on. Should have been in that. Amazon, another one. I don't know. This one, the 1 minute was actually not too bad. This is the one. This is the trade that if I did trade Amazon, this is the one I should have been in. This 1 minute was not bad. Look at the gap and such, the market. Could have given it a 50-cent stop loss. Would have been out, like I said, in about 4 minutes. So not a bad trade. Nvidia definitely could have taken the pseudo 5-minute buy setup. Not the world's greatest buy setup, so I don't really hate myself for not getting into this one either. It had its issues, but LAZR definitely. Amazon definitely. Netflix, I didn't really see much on Netflix. MU really didn't have a whole lot either. So it wasn't the easiest day. It's not like there's just every single trade just smacking me in the face. Like, why did you take that? I mean, there were some issues with some of these, but at the end of the day, like I said, man, when the market's doing what the market's doing, you gotta find an entry. You gotta ignore some of your patterns because, like I said, the pattern is the last thing I'm looking at. If the higher time frames are high quality, if you got the relative strength, the volume is there, just find an entry. So I did not do that. I did not find an entry on today, and well, this is where we're at. Guys, you could trade Amazon, I suppose. This is, again, no, man, I'm really gonna be annoyed if I take a trade and it stops out after all these good trades. Like I said, I'll keep an eye on it, but I'm not really hot to trot on that. You're looking at IYW. This is another ETF. So another one. It's probably gonna be having a narrow range. Already a little bit extended up here. So you're getting in 97. So you're getting in today. Stop at 92. So you have a pretty solid stop down here, about $5. Target of 106. So yeah, targets in the next resistance area. But I don't know. It's gonna take a little bit of a move. You gotta get over that $100 mark. So you definitely have some resistance before you're at full target. But it is in the nice stage. Just got out of that stage 1 and a very early stage 2. So yeah, solid. And if it does pull back, you should be good. If it pulls back to 92, it's probably not going to work. So if it pulls back, bounces at 94, would not be a concern at all. So yeah, not a bad one there on the IYW. All right. All right, guys. Yeah, like I said, I'm going to call it a day here. I'm not taking any trades. Scan through my list one final time just to look at everything that's just ripping without me. Amazon's the only thing I would consider, but once I get off the mic, I don't trade anymore. So this is just not going to happen today. Nvidia, man, should have been making money today, but we didn't. You know what? It is what it is. I will be right. I'll join the Discord right after I get off of here. So if you guys are not already in the Discord, maybe you want to chat it up, join that voice channel. I will be in there. So make sure you guys check it out. It is free to join. You got nothing to lose, so don't hesitate to do that. And one last thing, you guys want to do me a favor and hit that little rocket button, hit the boost button, boost this stream. I really appreciate it. We are live every single morning, 9:20 to about 10:45 Eastern time. So make sure you guys hop on in here. We are here every single morning. So we'll see you guys. Oh, Casey's got one more idea. One more idea. Let me check DRI real fast. Oh, this one's up quite a bit, my man. 160. So you're getting into it's already extended when you're getting in. There's no lie about it. Okay, but you got a wide stop. You do have a wide stop, so you should be good. Target of 191. Yeesh, that's a wide target, my man. This is probably one of those coming up right in this resistance at like 160. So this is probably one of those where you could add and reduce. So you're getting in up here at 160. Maybe it pulls back to 156, and you can raise your stop from like 142 to like 146 maybe. So you add and reduce, and now you only need Average position size would be about 158. Stop loss at like 146. Now it's only a $12 stop instead of a $18 stop. Average price would be at 158. So you're only going to need like 182 out of that. So you shave off about $10 on that target if you add and reduce. So that could be something there. But yeah, not a. It is a little bit extended, so the wide stop is definitely needed. But, all right, guys. With that, I'm calling it a day. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Like I said, we will be back here tomorrow morning, 9:20 Eastern time, and I will be heading straight to the Discord right after this. So, if you're not already in that Discord, the link is in the description below. Free to join. So I will see you there. Take care and have a great day, guys.